Hello everybody, welcome to my video. This is Practice Perfect, Perform Free. And actually you can get this shirt, it says Relentless. You can get this shirt on my website. Link will be in the description along with some other cool merch. So what is perfection? We idolize it, chase it, and for many of the greatest athletes, it becomes an obsession. But as we all know, perfection doesn't exist. How is it that we can become so enamored with something that we know can't exist that we allow it to make us perform negatively? Seems kind of crazy, right? But it's the case for many, and it's not crazy. It makes perfect sense. No matter how hard we train, no matter how much we practice, perfection is always out of reach. So why do we pursue it, and should we? I believe each individual is different, and they need to get to know themselves best before trying to make this decision. It can be dark, and it can be absolutely beautiful, but it won't always be the same for everyone. Chasing perfection is what sets the truly great apart, and chasing perfection and being a perfectionist are not always one and the same either. Think about Michael Jordan. He'd analyze every move, every step, every angle to perfect his game. Serena Williams. Thousands of serves, practiced with precision until it was muscle memory. Kobe Bryant. In the gym before sunrise, repeating fadeaways in the dark because he knew the details mattered. And yet, they all failed, many of times when it mattered most. But generally speaking, they did not fail as many times as their peers. Why is that? These legends weren't just practicing to look good. They practiced for perfection, knowing they'd never reach it. But here's the secret. They weren't practicing for the performance. They were practicing to build their instincts. They knew that their instincts had to be what they relied on in games, to be consistent and dominant. Their focus in performance needs to be on the strategy and their opponent when necessary to win as much as possible. Instincts are the foundation of performance, and whether you realize it or not, you're always building them. Every workout, every repetition, every thought, positive or negative, is shaping your instincts. Every single habit in your life plays a part in who you are as an athlete and as a person. Who are you? What are you becoming based on your current habits? The person or athlete you want to be? Something else, or nothing at all? If you practice with focus, intensity, and attention to detail, you're building positive instincts. These instincts will guide you during competition, allowing you to perform without overthinking. But if you practice without care, repeating bad habits, going through the motions, or doubting yourself, being lazy, taking too many breaks, social scrolling, or too many water breaks, and the list goes on. Those negative patterns will show up when it matters most. You will be more anxious, trust less in your instincts, and generally play worse. Can you get away with these bad habits for a while through natural ability and confidence? Yes, you absolutely can, and you probably, you very well may know anyway someone who does this. But those individuals, they do not, if they do not change course on how they operate, will almost always eventually hit a brick wall, which can either end their career early or at least keep them from reaching the heights that they could. It can be tricky, slippery, and a curved, hilly slope. It's nasty, or it can be anyways. It doesn't have to be. The key is to pour your energy into perfecting the things you're not good at during practice. Perfecting the things you're not good at in practice. That's where the growth happens. Work on your weaknesses so that when it's time to perform, you're not thinking about them. You're just playing. But master and really work on focusing on the details heavily in practice so that they are second nature. Think about it. During competition, there's no time to analyze every move or second guess your choices. The crowd is roaring, the clock is ticking, and the moment demands action. This is where your instincts take over. They are your autopilot, guiding you based on everything you train for, and you have to trust them with everything you have and just play. The problem is when we expect ourselves to be perfect during our performance. That expectation creates pressure, which can lead to stress, which can lead to doubt, and other things. And when those things creep in, they block your instincts. You freeze, you hesitate, and you fall short. Not because you weren't good enough, not because you didn't practice enough, but because you didn't trust yourself. Or maybe you didn't practice enough, and that's why you don't trust yourself. This is why the great athletes focus on perfecting their practices, not the performances. They understand that practice is where they refine every detail, footwork, timing, decision-making, so that during the game, they don't have to think about fundamentals unless they choose to. They just perform. So here's the challenge. Stop trying to be perfect in the moment. Start practicing to be perfect in practice so that when the moment comes, you can perform with freedom, with confidence, and with instinct. But don't be too hard on yourself for not being perfect in practice either. It's a fine line to work on the details with a perfection type mindset, but not get caught up in expecting to be perfect even during practice, because no one is. So let go of the pressure to perform flawlessly, period. Whether in practice, whether in games, but still strive and work to be perfect during practice. It can be tricky. Focus instead on trusting the instincts you've built during performances. Let them guide you and let them carry you. Every rep matters. Every thought matters. Every moment you spend in practice is shaping the way you'll perform when it counts. Perfection in practice creates instinct, and instinct allows you to perform. Let me correct that actually. Seeking perfection in practice creates instinct, and instinct allows you to perform with joy, relaxation, and confidence. So, practice perfect, perform free. Thank you for watching. Go get your purge.